Hello, BASD Industrial Arts. This is Mr. Golf continuing our how-to series. The skill that we're going to be working on today is how to create a hole in TinkerCad. So hopefully you guys have been following along so far. Hopefully you guys completed the startup lessons and are only using these lessons as a reference. Again, going to select my example right here. Going to tinker this. Again, every time you open up, double check you're in inches. Double check that your snap grid is a 16th of an inch. If you don't know what those two things are, then you should do your startup lessons over, or you should go up to the top video and check out, I believe it's video 3 for how to change the units and the snap grid. Now, look at the bottom corner. Snap grid's an 1/8 of an inch. I want 16th. I also want to be looking at this from the right direction, so I'm going to just rotate it quickly. Is this grouped together? So this item is grouped together. I can move it. Now, we are going to be creating a hole in the small little rectangle with text that we have here, okay? In order to create a hole, we are going to come over to our basic shapes. We're going to select the cylinder that has the lines through it. Now, does my hole have to be a cylinder? The answer to that is no, it does not. Okay? You can make a hole in whatever shape you can find over here. All right? You can make a hole if you would like to, even in the shape of a letter or number. I'll show you guys how we do that along with this video as well. So I chose the letter C and I drop it onto my workspace. Okay. I need to make C longer, or thicker than the object I want to put the hole in. So just like when we changed dimensions earlier, I select my center. I'm going to make this 2 inches just so that I know it's definitely taller. Now that I know my C is taller, I'm going to move it or place it into the corner where I would like to create my hole. Now, from this view, guys, I can't really see if this is off the back edge, so I'm going to use my view cube. I'm going to rotate and take a look. Looks pretty good. Okay, can check I'm on. All right, I'm just barely sticking through the bottom. Just to make sure that I'm going to use the hat or the black cone, drop that down, see how I'm sticking below the surface. Okay, so at this point, we've selected the item, we've drug it out onto our surface. We made the item that we want to create the hole with thicker than the item we are creating the hole in. Again, the C is longer, thicker than where we're putting the hole. Now what I need to do to create a hole is I need to group the two items together. But I want the C to be hollow. So over here on my drop-down menu, I have the C selected. I'm going to click hole. As you see, that becomes clear. Now, just like grouping two items together, I hold Shift. I select the item that I want to create the hole in. You can see two shapes, blue outline on the C, blue outline on the text rectangle, and I now click group. Give it a second to work. At this point, you can see that I've created a hole in the upper right-hand corner in the dimension of a C. Okay? Just a quick review, guys. That might have been too quick. I'm going to show you guys one with just a basic shape like the cylinder. So, I'm looking at my object, select my cylinder, drag it onto my workspace. Now, that cylinder is a little bit large, so I need to change the size. I'm going to shrink it down, make it a little smaller, and I'm going to place it in the corner of the object I want to create the hole in. So, before I want to join these or group these together, I want to double check to make sure that's going through the bottom of the object? It's pretty close. So just to be sure, I select my cylinder, I choose the cone, and I drop below. Again, you can tell you're below when you see the negative number through the object I want to create the hole in. I now need to select both objects. I hold shift, click on the object, hold shift, click on the other object. Both are outlined in blue. Shapes 2 are highlighted, and I click group. I now have a hole in the corner. Again, you can create holes in any shape that you would like. You just need to change the thickness and make sure that object is thicker than the object you are putting the hole into. Once you know that it's thicker, you select the hollow view, you group those items together, and you will create a hole. Hopefully this was helpful for you guys, and it explains how to create a hole. If you guys have any questions, reach out to your teachers.